Hello guys, how you guys doing? Hope everybody is hearing me loud and clear. Welcome back to my streaming, and as always, this is Gates platform, and I'll be showing you guys how to read market structure. That's the continuation of where we stopped last time. So I believe that we covered a lot of stuff in the last section. We covered what is break of structure, what is higher highs and higher lows, how the market moves, pullback, what's correction. All these things were covered last time. Okay, all these things were covered last time, and this is what we just did: higher lows, higher highs. Okay, so I believe that most of you guys that were available when on the last streaming, we are able to do some practices and master what was taught last time. Okay, so I'm going to be deleting all of these stuff, and we are going to be looking into more advanced stuff and more interesting stuff about market structure. Okay, so first of all, some of the things we are going to be looking at is one, when to know when a pullback is over, and when to know when a continuation is about to start. Okay, and another thing we are going to be looking at is time frame coloration, like how different time frame works. Okay, how different time frame works. Okay, and these are the two major things I have in mind to show us today. But then as we go deeper into the stuff, I'll be getting more insight of what else I'll be talking about. Okay, but these are the two major things. Okay, now I remember the third one. Yes, I was thinking. Now the third one is how to identify. Okay, we are going to be looking into advanced market structure. Yes, advanced market structure. Okay, we have basic market structure, which is this one we have been looking at all this while. Okay, higher highs, higher lows. Okay, then we have advanced one, whereby we now include other terms in the market. Okay, other terms whereby market does something like this and continues going to the upside. Okay, market comes and take out a previous lower low and then still continue going to the upside. Okay, let's make this guy. Yeah, okay, our market takes out this low, this last low, which is supposed to be protected. Then this last low, which is supposed to be protected, market comes and takes it out and continue going to the upside. So this is the advanced part. This one is the basic market structure, and this one is the advanced market structure. Okay, yeah, so we are going to be looking into it and learn how to identify it and how, like, the whole idea around the advanced market structure. Okay, so these are the three things we are going to be focusing on today. So first of all, let's dive into market coloration. I don't know if we need to do a recap on the previous class we had. We were on the previous class. Okay, let's do a little recap so that we know what we did. For those that are just joining us for the first time, you have an idea of what we are doing. So we have an uptrend and a downtrend. Okay, this is an uptrend whereby market is creating highs and lows. Okay, higher highs and higher lows. Okay, when you see this, you know that you are in an uptrend. Okay, then we have a downtrend, which is whereby market is creating higher lows and lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. Okay, this is a downtrend. Now we have a ranging market. Okay, these are the things we covered last section. In our last section, we now have a ranging market. Okay, and from the system we are trading, when you see a ranging market, you just stay clear and wait for market to pick a particular direction, and then you start flowing with it. Now we now have another. I now talked about another thing, which is a break of structure. Okay, when to know when a low is valid or a high is valid in terms of in case of an uptrend. When to know when a low is valid is when there is a break of structure. That's when you now identify your lower low. Okay, so we had a break of structure, which we identified as BOS. We in a downtrend, when market takes out the lower low, that's when you identify, like that's when you know that the high, which is the lower high, is now valid. Okay, so that's where we have break of structure. So this is another concept that we looked into, and we also discussed about continuations and pullbacks. Okay, so market moves in two phases. When you see a structure, is either the market is moving to the upside, which it is continuing a particular trend, or it is pulling back. Okay, this is the two phases you are going to be seeing the market in. Is either it is pulling back from a particular point, or it is continuing the move. Okay, so we looked at pullbacks and continuation. So this was some of the stocks we look into. So yeah, that's it. So today, first of all, we are going to be looking into time frame coloration. Okay, we have different time frames. Okay, we have different time frames. Okay, as you can see, we have the 1 minute time frame, the 3 minutes time frame, 5 minutes time frame, the 5 minutes time frame, the 15 minutes time frame. All these things are time frames. Okay, all these things are time frames. Okay, but then how do you know okay, like this, that you have multiple time frames? You know, at this point most of us will be confused. Why are they different time frames? Okay, so each time frame has its work. Okay, and every time frame here is very, very important to whatever it is you are doing. Okay, in the course of this streaming, we also look at what we call top-down analysis. That's when you understand about these time frames much better. Okay, so for now, I want you to know that market move, like that's what we call market coloration. Like each time frame, okay, each time frame has what it is doing. Okay, so we have the daily time frame. Let's take for instance the daily time frame. So you know that daily time frame is called a higher time frame. Okay, and the one like from this daily to this 4 hour is a lower time frame. 1 hour is a lower time frame because is lower than the 4 hour. The 4 hour is a lower time frame to the daily. Okay, this is how we are going to be counting down. Okay, and if you are coming up 1 minute, for 1 minute now, 1 minute is a higher time frame to a second time frame, and 15 minutes is a higher time frame to the 1 minute time frame. 1 hour time frame is the higher time frame to the 15 minutes time frame. I don't know if you are getting it. So from the lower time frame to the higher time frame, and we have from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. Okay, now daily is a higher time frame. Let's watch this. Daily is a higher time frame. So let's say that we have a structure here, a high and a low, another high and another low. Okay, now this structure now you are seeing here. Okay, what do you think you are going to be seeing in the next time frame that is below it? That's the 4 hour time frame. Okay, what do you think you are going to be seeing in the 4 hour time frame when you enter the 4 hour time frame? Okay, what you are going to be seeing in the 4 hour time frame is going to be something like this. This particular leg you are seeing now, this continuation leg you are seeing here in the 4 hour time frame is going to be an uptrend, and this pullback is going to be a downtrend. This continuation again is going to be an uptrend. This pullback is going to be a downtrend. Okay, so let me mark it out. So in the 4-hour time frame, remember this daily is the higher time frame. Okay, this structure you are seeing now is the daily time frame, okay, which is the higher time frame to the 4-hour time frame. Now in the 4-hour, if you get to the 4-hour time frame, this is what you are going to be seeing: an uptrend. When it starts correcting, you are going to be seeing downtrend. When it's done correcting, what you are going to be seeing is an uptrend. It will continue the uptrend. I don't know if you are getting it. It's continue the uptrend. When it's done correcting, it will continue the downtrend. This is what you are going to be seeing. This is what the market is doing. Like this movement, pullback, continuation, pullback, continuation. Okay, this is what you are now going to be seeing on the 4-hour. This is what you are going to be seeing on the 4-hour. So let's change this guy to note it as that red guy is our daily time frame. Okay, I think, okay, let's make that daily the blue one, then the 4-hour should be red. All right, is is a bit better now. Yeah, it's a bit better now. Okay, remember this, the blue one is the daily time frame, and the red one is the 4-hour time frame. Okay, because it's a lower time frame to the daily time frame. Okay, are you getting it? Now what do you think is going to be happening on the 1-hour time frame? If you step into the 4-hour time frame, what do you think is going to be happening there? Somebody should take a guess. The same thing. Yeah, the same thing that is happening on this daily time frame and the 4-hour time frame is going to be the same thing that is happening within this daily time frame and the 4-hour time frame. Same thing that is going to be happening within this 4-hour time frame and the 1-hour time frame. So let's go. In the 1-hour time frame, this 4-hour continuation leg is going to be an uptrend, and this pullback is going to be a downtrend. So let's see how it's going to be going. Yeah, something like this. Exactly, something like this. This is what it's going to be doing. Okay, this is what it's going to be doing. Uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Okay, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Wow, that's crazy. Uptrend, downtrend. I don't know if you are getting what you are doing. This is what you call time frame coloration. Like they are going to be colorating and other. Like the same thing you are seeing here is what you'll be seeing in the lower time frame. So sometimes as a beginner you might be confused when you go to a lower time frame. You'll be like, wow, the market is in an uptrend. Okay, why? You don't know that it's just something that is happening on the higher time frame. That is not the main move the market is doing. So let's just stop there. But I believe you guys understand what you are doing there. Let's make it green. Yeah, so if you go to the 4-hour time frame, the 1-hour time frame, sorry, what you are going to be seeing is the same thing, an uptrend and downtrend, like following that 4-hour main structure. Okay, now what do you think will be happening if you go to the 15 minutes time frame? On the 1 hour, like you are now looking at 1 hour and 15 minutes time frame. Same thing is going to be happening. You are going to be seeing an uptrend, an uptrend and downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Okay, like that's not going to be crazy if I happen to. It's not going to be looking that nice. Let's make that guy black. Okay, this is going to be an uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Like that's what you continue seeing. Uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Okay, then if you from the 15 minutes time frame and go to the 1 minute, what you are going to be seeing is the same thing. It's going to be uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. Each leg that is doing the pullback and the correction is going to be a trend in the next time frame. Are you getting it? So in a simple term, like when a trend, okay, when a pullback, like a pullback or a continuation, let's put it that way, a pullback or a continuation is going to be a trend in the lower time, in the next time frame to it. Like this, we have the daily time frame. In the 4-hour time frame is going to be a trend. Are you getting it? Either an uptrend or a downtrend. Do you get it? Do you get it? I don't know if you have confusions. Okay, let's start afresh. Let's use a downtrend. This is a continuation. So this is a pullback, and this is the continuation. Pullback, continuation, pullback, continuation. Okay, remember, let's say this is a daily time frame. This is a daily time frame. What do you think will be happening if you step down to the 4-hour time frame? Okay, sorry, if you step down to the 4-hour time frame, what do you think will be happening? Remember, a pullback, yes, is going to be an uptrend in the next time frame below. It's going to be an uptrend, and the continuation is going to be a downtrend. The continuation is going to be a downtrend. Same thing applies to the next time frame lower than this one we have here. Very simple. Yeah, this is going to be, this color is not that giving. Let's change it. Let's use a thicker green. Yeah, on the 4-hour, this is going to be what is going to be happening. Now you now have the 4-hour time frame. Let's say this is the 4-hour time frame. What do you think will be happening on the 1 hour? Same thing. Uptrend when it comes to the pullback, and downtrend when it comes to the continuation. Remember, we are not doing for a downtrend. Okay, that goes on and on and on and on to infinity. Like to infinity, this is what is going to be happening. So the market is just moving up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, that's what the market is just doing. Same thing applies to the next time frame. Let's use blue for that guy. Remember, this is the daily time frame, and this one is the 4-hour time frame. Now this is the 4-hour time frame, and this guy is the 1 hour time frame. The green one is the 4-hour time frame, and the blue one is the 1 hour time frame. Then in the 1 hour time frame, what do you think will be happening again when you have a downtrend? What do you think will be happening in the 15 minutes time frame, the next time frame lower? Uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. We are now in a downtrend. We are now in a downtrend. Are you feeling me? Very simple. So after this, we are going to look into the chart and see us what this thing we are talking about, whether it's practical or am I just whining you? Am I just kidding you? And have you gotten the whole concept? I believe you have understood the concept. I believe you have understood the concept. It's very, very simple. Whatever is happening on the higher time frame, each leg you are seeing on the higher time frame is a trend on the lower time frame. Okay, so sometimes you might open the chart. Let's take, for instance, a daily time frame. This is a daily time frame. Okay, let's say, for instance, this is a daily move here. And you come on the 4-hour time frame. You just open your chart, and first of all, you just enter the 4-hour time frame. You are just in the 4-hour time frame. Okay, I've not gone to any other time frame. If you open your chart, what do you think you'll be seeing? You'll be seeing an uptrend. Okay, you'll be seeing an uptrend. But then if you capitalize on this uptrend, thinking that okay, market is trending up to the upside, that means buys opportunities, and you continue buying without going to the next time frame higher to see what that time frame is doing, whether this is just a continuation or a pullback. this uptrend they are seeing, whether it's just a continuation on a higher time frame, which means when the market creates a continuation leg, that means definitely market is going to pull back. Definitely market is going to pull back. Okay, and now market starts pulling back. When it starts pulling back, it's going to be like the buys will not be working anymore. What will now be working is the sell, which is a downtrend. Okay, which is a downtrend. And maybe you are thinking that, wow, what's happening? What's not happening? And again, market will still continue going to the upside. Let's give this guy. And market will still continue going to the upside. You'll be like, what is happening? Like, you'll be confused. You not know that market is just following the higher time frame. And let me give you a tip. Higher time frame will always control the lower time frame. Okay, the higher time frame will always control the lower time frame. Let's change the color of this guy. Higher time frame will always control the lower time frame. Just bear that in mind. So if you see a trend, don't get caught up in the trend. Just go to a higher time frame to see what the market is doing. If you can get the bigger picture of what the market is doing, you know how to follow the market properly. Okay, so this is just a few tips I want to give to you so that you all have a good understanding of what you are doing. So let's clear this whole stuff. I'll move to the chart to see what we have been talking about. Okay, so now let's mark out a structure here. Now can you see that this guy is in an uptrend? Okay, it's obvious that the market is in an uptrend. Okay, right from here it is in an uptrend. Okay, in fact, let me even blow your mind so that you see something better. Okay, let's go to the weekly time frame. Network is disturbing me. Oh. Okay, let's go to the weekly time frame. I think this weekly time frame is totally in an uptrend. So let's start from here. This is a break of structure here. This is a break of structure. Let me use this. This is a break of structure here. This is another break of structure. What is it telling you? It is taking out the highs. Remember, in an uptrend, what you want to be taking out is the highs. And this is another break of structure there. Another break of structure there. There's a break of structure there. Another break of structure. So what are we seeing here? The market is an uptrend. So let's mark out that uptrend. Let's start from here. Okay. I'll change the color of this guy so that it will not be confusing. Are you seeing? So you are totally in an uptrend here. It looks as if we are switching to the downside on BTC. Okay, just look at that. I see this. That's an uptrend. Okay, on the weekly time frame, we are on the weekly time frame. Pay attention. On the weekly time frame, what are we seeing? An uptrend, a pure uptrend. Let me remove this break of structure so that it will not confuse us when we step to the lower time frame. Okay, Now what are we seeing here? An uptrend, pure an uptrend. Okay, now let's step to the next time frame lower, which is the daily. Is the lower time frame to the weekly. Okay, let's step into the daily. What are you seeing? Let's zoom in. What are you seeing? A downtrend. A very simple. A downtrend here. Let's mark it out. Why do you call this a downtrend? Because market is violating the lows. It's broke a low here. Okay, so let's first of all see how it took out a low here. Break of structure, another low, which confirms that we are in a what? In a downtrend. Are you seeing? Okay, let's mark it out from here to here. All those highs and lows. Yeah, all those highs and lows. Another break of structure, another break of structure. Let's stop there. Yeah, let's change the color to something better. Is that blue okay? I think the blue will serve us. Okay, so what are you seeing in this weekly pullback? This was the continuation, the impulsive move, and this is the pullback. Are you seeing that in this pullback, what did you have here? It was a trend, a downtrend. Have you seen? It was a downtrend. Now look, when the market was done with the pullback, and started another impulsive move, which is the continuation, what did you see? What can you see here? Market broke this high, broke another high. Are you seeing that market has started violating the lows, the highs, and is now protecting the lows? Are you seeing that the lows are being protected? This guy was protected. This low was also protected. Are you seeing that it has started protecting the lows and started violating the highs? Now what can you see? What can you see? Market, okay, formed and broke this high. What are you now seeing? A pure uptrend. A pure uptrend. I see. A pure uptrend. If you zoom out very well, you will see. Let's take that high, take this low, take that high. Yeah, I see a very good uptrend. A very good uptrend. Okay, this low was there. Yeah, because it broke this high. A very pure uptrend. What are you seeing during this correction? So during this impulsive move, which is the continuation move, I see the market turned bullish here. But on that day, on that weekly time frame, if you go to the weekly time frame, let me make it favorite. Yeah, save. On this weekly, I seen that guy was just a simple move, like just one move like that. But on the daily, it's just a trend. I seen. Now look at this another correction again, another pullback. What are you seeing? Market broke structure here. It has broken this low and started trending to the downside. Are you seeing? Broke another low. Broke another low. I see. It was a pullback. It was a downtrend here. What can you see here? A downtrend. Now it started moving up again. Started a trend, another trend. Are you seeing those highs and lows? This is very, very tiny. You can just classify it as one leg. But I'm just trying to show you that. Are you seeing a trend there? It started trending to the downside. What are you seeing? Another trend over there. I see. What are you just seeing? It has started going to the downside. whatever leg you are seeing there, when it is done with the when it was done with the pullback, it continued moving to the upside. I think this guy is not that clear. Let's use yellow. No, it's not good at all. Which color can we use? These colors are really bad. Let's leave it the blue. Icing, very simple. Each pullback and each correction and each impulsive move, which is the continuation, is forming a trend. Now let's look at this daily time frame, okay, and see if what we are saying is actually true. Now on the daily time frame, if you move to the next time frame lower, what do you think you are going to be seeing? Uptrend and downtrend, okay? Remember, yeah, let's start from here. What are you seeing on the 4-hour time frame? Too bad. What are you seeing on the 4-hour time frame? Uptrend. It started trending to the downside. When it started correcting, what are you seeing? Okay, it was tricky here. Did I see it continue to move to the upside? Yeah, continue downtrend. This guy was very tricky, but you can see that it was just totally moving to the downside. What are you seeing here? Okay, I made some mistakes, sorry. This guy was supposed to be here. Yeah, this is just one move because he just broke structure, and that's the highest point for the break of structure. The same rules apply. I think this guy is still the same high. Okay, now that's the highest point before the break of the high. Icing is just the same thing that the market is doing all over again. That already is affecting that guy. No. Okay, no, let's use green. Green is going to be better. Yeah, Icing on this 4-hour, on this daily leg, Icing uptrend, downtrend. Icing that daily leg. The blue one is the daily leg, don't get confused. Downtrend. Icing another uptrend, you can classify any of them as icing. When it started pulling back, it started forming a downtrend. Yeah, it broke that low. It started forming a downtrend. Icing the same thing. If you go to the next time frame lower, icing the downtrend there. This is what you are going to be seeing. Okay, if you step to the next time frame lower, exactly the same thing. Like this is what is going to continue happening to infinity. If you go to the, let's go to 1-hour time frame and see. Icing uptrend and downtrend all over the place. This is what the market is going to be doing till Jesus comes, till the last time frame, which is the second time frame. Beautiful, very beautiful. I think I made mistake in the marking of this structure. Yeah, these guys are supposed to be one leg. All these guys are supposed to be one leg. So pardon me here. I think I made a mistake. This guy is supposed to be one leg. Yeah. And this other is supposed to be one leg, I guess. Now that's how it's supposed to be. So I made a mistake in the marking of the structure. Are you seeing that 4 hour legs? What are you seeing here on the 1 hour time frame? Uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Like this is basically what the market is doing. If you start marking it out, you'll be seeing from here, market was in an uptrend starting from the downside. Yeah, this is a breakout structure. This is the lowest point before a new breakout structure, so don't get confused. No. I think this point you have to use red. Now this is the 1 hour time frame. Okay, are you seeing what is happening here? Sometimes some time frames use the same leg. Here this 4 hour use the same leg as the 1 hour time frame. Okay, the market is not always going to be that perfect, so sometimes it's going to be doing things that are crazy, that are beyond your imaginations. I see it's continued the downtrend here, and I guess it's continued an uptrend again before that break. Like some of those 1 hour legs are the same thing with the 4 hour. So the more you practice, the more you get better at this stuff. But are you seeing that there is still an uptrend and downtrends there? Though some of those legs are the same thing with the 4 hour and all that. So if you still step into the lower time frame after the 1 hour, if you still stepping into the next time frame after the 1 hour time frame, what's wrong with my stuff? Sorry guys, I don't know what's happening. It seems my network is lagging. Bro, go full screen now. Okay. What's wrong now? I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but he's just misbehaving. Let's go back and see. He's going to just go. Network. Sharp. So back to what we are doing. So this is what market is going to be doing for until the least time frame. But I think by now you have understood the concept of time frame colorations and how it works. So it's left for you to just practice more so that you understand this thing better. Are you seeing that all these things are trends in the lower time frame? Each leg you are seeing is going to be a trend on the next time frame lower. Okay, I believe you guys have internalized that. And just go back and practice. This stuff needs a lot of personal practicing for you to get better at it. Okay, so let me clear up those stuffs and
let's move into the next stuff that we have. Which is when to know when a pullback is over and when to know when its continuation is. Like when markets are about to continue going to a particular direction, and that's your ability to know when market is about to continue going to a particular direction. Is That's your ability to make money. So at least I believe that with few things I'm going to say to you, you might be able to catch a move. Okay, might be able to catch a move when next market is going to be making a move that needs to be caught. Okay, so let's watch closely. Okay, let's watch closely. Now let's say for instance this is a 4-hour time frame. Is making highs and lows. Okay, we are in an uptrend. Okay, now remember the concept I told you about time frame coloration, that in the next time frame lower, that market is going to be a trend in whatever phase market is at. If market is in a continuation phase or an impulsive phase, it's going to be an uptrend. If market is in a correction phase or a pullback phase, it's going to be a downtrend, depending on the trend that we are. If it's in a downtrend, you know that every correction is going to be an uptrend, and every continuation is going to be a downtrend. I don't know if you are getting it. Now, with that concept being said, we know that if you go to the 1-hour time frame, which is the next time frame lower, what you are going to see is an uptrend when it comes to the continuation leg. Okay, now when it comes to the pullback phase, what you think are going to be seeing a downtrend, and same thing goes to when we are going to the upside. Okay, so let's change this guy to black so that we have a uniqueness here. Okay, now when do you know that a pullback is over and when a continuation is about to continue? Now look at this leg. Okay, let me use a new this in the house that is very big. So you know that this guy from this point to this point is our impulsive move, or let's use the arrow to annotate it. This guy is our impulsive move, and this guy is our correction. Okay, very good. Now we have our lower time frame, which is the 1-hour time frame, doing this move, gently going in an uptrend. Remember, the market is not always going to be perfect. There are always going to be mistakes. Like there are always going to be complicated moves. The market is not always going to be this sweet and decent. Okay, yeah, now this is the downtrend. No, so now remember, in an uptrend, what do you want to be seeing? What do you want to be seeing, and what do you want market to be doing? In an uptrend, what you want to be seeing. Let me delete this guy. I think this guy is too much for us to. Okay, let's go up a little bit so that everything will be very clear to us. Sharp. So let's change the color of our lower time frame, which is our high time frame, which is the 4-hour, to blue. Yeah, let's make it red so that it's very, very obvious. red, sharp. So now remember, this is our impulsive move, this is our pullback, this is our continuation, this is our correction. Okay, those are the terms that are being used for this. Now, what do you want the market to be doing when you are in an uptrend? Okay, when you are in an uptrend, what do you want market to be doing? You want market to be protecting the lows and be breaking the highs. Protecting the lows. Let me use this guy so that's now. Protecting the lows and breaking the highs. It is going to be our break of structure. Break of structure. Break of structure. Protecting the lows. Now, watch this. When a market breaks the low, what do you want to start expecting? Say a downtrend, okay? A downtrend, okay? If market breaks a low, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Okay, market might be changing direction, like market might not be interested in buying again because it's no more, it has violated its rule of protecting the lows and breaking the highs. Now that it has broken a low, the only rule that is applied, like the only thing you know that when market breaks the low is in a downtrend. And what they look for a downtrend? A downtrend is that market is going to be protecting the highs and be breaking the lows. It's going to be protecting the highs and breaking the lows. Now market has broken a low that is supposed to be protected. So in your mind, what is going to be in your mind? That two things are involved. Is either that market is about to continue going to the upside or is about to continue going to the downside. Okay, so now there is a special term used for when a market violates in an uptrend, when a market violates a low that is supposed to be protected. That's what we call change of character. Change of character. Okay, remember these guys are break of structures, and now market breaks this low that is supposed to be protected. That means he's violated its rule. So this violation of rule indicates a change of trend, and that's what we call change of character. So let's use, okay, change of character. Change of character. Okay, so that's the change of character, and in the abbreviation for it is going to be chalk. Okay, so some people call it change of intent, change of whatever. Like people have different terms they use in notifying that change of character. So you are going to be calling it change of what character, which is chalk. So let me quickly do this. Chalk. That's a chalk. So when market chalks, that means when market change character, that means there is possibility that a continuation phase is over. Okay, how do you know when a continuation phase is over? When market is moving to the upside. Remember, this is our higher time frame, which is our 4 hour. When do you know that a 4 hour continuation move, that means from this point, when do you know that the market is tired of continuing, like he's tired of pushing up and he wants to give that break, wants to rest, that means wants to pull back, is when this uptrend changes to a downtrend. So that means when you get your change of character, that's your first sign that market is about to continue, is about to start going to the downside. That means the market is about to start pulling back. Okay, now you don't just get this chalk. Okay, just internalize this one. But then a chalk is not just a what will I call it? It's not just the only thing you need to see to consider that the market has started going to the, like, has started pulling back. Okay, you need, after a chalk, you need another break of structure. Notify that after a chalk you need another break of structure to confirm that market
has started going to the downside. That means this guy is going to, sorry, let's use this guy. When you get another break of structure, that means market has finally decided to start changing intent. That means market have started pulling back. Okay, why? Because now this first high has been protected and this second high has been protected. That means market has formed a high and a lower high. So when you now have your lower high, that means market has start changing direction to the downside, and you've had your first low and your second low. So there must be two break of structures, which is the change of character and a break of structure, for you to confirm that the market has started pulling back or have started changing a particular direction it has been going. Okay, now how do you know when a pullback is over and market is about to continue going to the upside? That means in an uptrend, when do you now know that market is not tired of the pullback, or it has rested enough and wants to continue the overall movement to the upside where it has been going to? Remember the destination analogy. You are done with your rest, you want to continue going to where you are going. So when do you know that you are done with your rest and you want to continue your journey? When do you know that the market is done resting and wants to continue the journey? Now watch this closely. You have what? Another break of structure, which confirms that we are now in a downtrend. Okay, which confirms that you are now in a downtrend and this high was protected. Now you now have this another break of structure to the downside, and now I have this. That means market is done. Pulley is okay. That means market has started moving to the upside, like it has changed trend. Okay, now let's indicate this movement to the upside, and let's put an arrow showing that it is done with. So don't be confused. This arrow is just showing us that our market is in a pullback phase and this is a correction. Now okay, sharp. Let's change the color of this guy to blue. Sorry, it's black. Now watch closely. Now market now disrupted its rule, whereby in a downtrend market is supposed to be protecting the highs and be taking out the lows. Now market violated that rule and just gave us a break of structure. Okay, when it gave us a break of structure, we are expecting this high to be what? Protected, but market now took it out. Now what do you call this first break? What do you call this first violation of the market rule? What do you call this violation of the market rule? Okay, I want to leave you to answer that. Okay, yeah, what is being called is chalk, which is change of character. Okay, so market violated this rule and broke this high that is supposed to be protected. So when we got that break, we call it change of character. So let's delete this guy, clone this one. You have your change of character. So somewhere in your head you are like, okay, this is the first rule, to have a break of structure. So in your mind you are now prepared that market is done with this pullback phase, is about to continue to the upside. But before you now validate that and be like, okay, finally we are now sure that market is about to continue going to the upside, what do you need to have? Another
break of structure. So another violation of a high, which is boom, your break of structure. So you have now confirmed that market is done pulling back and wants to continue going to the upside. So you now have your low, you now have your lower high. Okay, and this one is your high. Here is your high, and this one now is your higher high. So yeah, I seen it. Same thing goes here. You have your high, your low, your high, your low, your high, your low, your high, and market broke this first low. You now have your change of character, created a lower low and a high. You now broke another structure. That means you now confirm that the market is done trending to the upside. It's now going to the downside. You have your high, have your low. It broke at the most recent high. Okay, you have your low there. It now broke the most recent high, which is not supposed to be, and now created another low. And for this low to be confirmed, it needs to be broke. A high needs to be taken out. So you now took out your high, and you confirm your trend that the market is done pulling back. That is now continuing that move to the upside. Okay, same thing. Let me okay, let's continue. The same thing applies to when it is done with this push to the upside, with this correction. What do you expect that the market is going to give you an impulsive move again before continuing to the upside? So when it is going to be coming down, what do you expect? This is going to be our pullback, and we annotate it here as our pullback. This is our higher time frame, which is our 4-hour. Okay, now if you go to your 1-hour time frame, remember this is a higher time frame, our 4-hour time frame. And for you to determine when the 4-hour time frame is done doing whatever it is doing, you have to go to the 1-hour, which is this guy, our 1-hour time frame. Okay, that is the 1-hour time frame that is going to tell you that the 4-hour is done doing whatever it's doing, and it wants to continue in another, it wants to start another phase. Okay, is the lower time frame that is going to tell you. Then if you want to know that if the 1-hour, if the 1-hour is done with that, if you want to know if the 1-hour is done with that continuation phase or the pullback phase, you see the same rule still applies. You have to get your break of structure. Sorry, you have to have your, let's say this is the move, you need that change of character first, then another break of structure to confirm that this pullback is over, and it has started continuing. The same thing applies here. You have to get your change of character, your another break of structure to confirm that this continuation is over, that is about pulling back. For you to confirm that the pullback is over, the same thing applies. You need to have your change of character and your second break of structure. So put it down in writing. You need a change of character and a break of structure to confirm that a trend is over and market is about to continue in the opposite direction. I don't know if you are getting it. I know it's all complicated now because it's kind of sounding bogus, but I believe that you guys are understanding what I'm doing, and with much practice you are going to have a good understanding and start getting things right. So here, market, it was trending to the upside, and boom, you have your first break of a low that was supposed to be, or that was supposed to be protected. What do? You mark it out as your change of character and wait. Why are you waiting? Remember when the last time we were doing stuff, you saw that market took out a low and continued going to the upside. This is an advanced market structure. This is what market does, and this thing that it took out was liquidity and continue going to the upside. So this is why you have to wait, because some people once market does something like this, start going to the upside and break this low, they will just rush to start selling from here, to start selling from this point. Because remember what market does, if you have your break of structure, you buy from, okay, let me not go far, but I've just tried to explain something to you so you know why we need to break of structure to confirm that the market is no more trending up. Okay, and just showing you things that markets used to do. Okay, so you have an understanding and understand why we are doing what we are doing now. Market, some people just start buying from here if market is not ready to start selling yet, because some people will start selling from here because they have their change of character and they start selling from here. But if market is not ready to sell yet, it might do something like this. It might just sell a little bit. Okay, let's give it a little bit and boom, take out everybody that is selling anything here that has position here and take all of them out. Are you seeing? That's why you need two break of structure. So markets will now do something like this again. Boom, break this low that is supposed to be protected and give you another structure. That means if you are buying from anywhere here, you are going to be safe. Okay, if you are selling from anywhere here, either this high or this high, you are going to be safe because you have your first sign, which is your change of character, and you have your second break. So this second break is needed. If you don't have your second break, just don't do anything within this leg. Don't do anything there. Just wait for the second break for you to confirm that the market is actually going to the downside. Okay, before you can now confidently start selling from any point. Okay, that's why you need that two break of structure. Okay, yeah, so I believe that was very, very needed. Okay, so now market, sorry, let's say so market broke, give you your change of character, which is your first sign that market is done with the impulsive move and is about to start correcting. You now have your second break and you have your second break, which is your normal break of structure. That means market has started going to the downside. Very simple. Okay, the same thing happens when it breaks this high and give you another break of structure. That means it is now ready to start the impulsive move back again. Okay, I believe that you guys understood this thing very, very well. Okay, now let's go to the chart. Abi, should I do for a downtrend? Okay, let's do for a downtrend so that you understand better. You have the impulsive move, you have the correction, impulsive move, correction, another impulsive move. Okay, let's just go with this so that another impulsive move. Okay, now you now have your 1 hour. Remember, this is your 4 hour leg. Even if it is daily, weekly, if it is a weekly time frame, you go to the daily time frame. If it's a daily time frame, you go to the 4 hour time frame to know when each movement is done. I don't know if you're getting it. Okay, so we are just, okay, let's say this is the daily time frame. We now go to our 4 hour to know when this daily correction and impulsive move is over, and to know when it is about to start correcting. Okay, so that we will not be taking unnecessary losses in the market. So
On the 4-hour time frame, remember this is going to be a downtrend. Okay, downtrend is breaking the lows and protecting the highs. And all of a sudden, boom, it just changed that rule. Boom, broke the high that is supposed to be protected. So we call that our change of what? Character. Our change of character is here. It has given us a break, which is our change of character. Remember that the fact that it gave us change of character does not mean that this guy is over, because it can still continue selling. Okay, so we need what? Another break of structure. Boom, it gave us another break of structure. That means finally market is done with the correction and is about pulling back. Very simple. Now it's continued giving us an uptrend, which is that pullback. And in that uptrend, what do we want to be seeing? The highs are supposed to be taken out and the lows are supposed to be protected. Very good. So this was the rule that we have: break of the high, protection of the low. And all of a sudden market broke a low that is supposed to be protected. What do you call it? Change of character. That first break, change of character, does it mean that the market is done pulling back? No, because it can still break that low and continue going to the upside. Okay, so what do you need? You need the second break, and boom, market broke again. So what do you now have? Your high and your higher low. So the trend is now confirmed. Your low and your lower low. First break of structure, second break of structure. Very good. Your high, your low, break of structure. Your high, your low, break of structure. Okay, now watch this. Your high, your low, and all of a sudden, boom, market breaks this high. Does it mean that market has changed? Does it mean that the market is done with the continuation? No. Why? Because it has not broken another structure. So what do you have to do is just mark out that break of that change of character and wait. Okay, and wait. What do you now see? Market continue to go into downside. Boom. So assuming you are one of those guys that don't have this understanding that not that first break of structure, not the first change of character valid, not the first break of not the first break, not the first violation of a downtrend or an uptrend validates the opposite direction of the trend. I don't know if you are getting it. That this first break, which is our change of character, does not validate that a trend has changed entirely. Very good. That's the best way to put it. So market just broke to the downside, and you just avoided a loss. If you are trading, you have just avoided a loss, because this guy is just manipulation. He just broke that guy, and people will be thinking that okay, market is done with the uptrend, and they will start buying from here, and boom, all of a sudden all of them will be taken out. So you, as a good student, as somebody that has a better understanding in the market, you just avoided that guy. And what do you have? Another break of structure. Okay, another break of structure. Boom, another break of structure, and all of a sudden market changed the whole rule and broke that high that is supposed to be protected. What do? You wait, and boom, second break of structure. That means you are now safe to buy from any of these zones here. Okay, are you seeing it? Very simple. This is very simple. Another break. What's the first break? Change of character. You wait for your second break. Boom, the trend is over. You are now moving to the opposite direction, and that's just it. Very simple. It broke the first side. Does it mean that the trend is changing? No, it continues going to downside, and that's it. Okay,
And so we call this one our 4-hour time frame. Remember, we are dealing with the daily and the 4-hour time frame. So these are 4-hour time frame, and that's it. Okay, and that's it. Very, very simple. So let's go into the chart and see what's popping and see what's popping. Hope you guys are learning a lot. Hope you guys are learning a lot. Okay. Okay. So let's go to the chart and see what we have here. Let's look for a chart that is very, very clean so that you have a better understanding of what you are saying. Okay, let's go to the daily so that you can use the daily and check this guy out. I'm just looking for some. Okay, let's do this guy. This uptrend. This guy. These guys. So let's use these guys. Okay. Now these are daily time frame. So we are going to be working with the 4-hour. The daily and the 4-hour works in hand. The 4-hour and the 1 hour work hand in hand. The 1 hour and the 30 minutes or 15 minutes work hand in hand. The 15 minutes and the 5 minutes or 1 minute work hand in hand. So this is how the time frames work. Okay, so just take note of that. Now let's go to the daily time frame. Sorry, the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, to mark out these moves and know when it was over and all that. So here we have an uptrend. Are you seeing that stuff I'm telling you? The market just did something like this. Are you seeing? So some people might just rush in to start selling because they think the market has changed character. Okay, the fact that market has changed character, they think the market is about changing trend. What do you see? Just boom, continue going to the upside. Are you seeing? Okay, so this is an uptrend. Let me change the color so that we shouldn't put. There is no even. So let's use blue. Yeah. So are you seeing? I see what I've been talking about. Even here, see that stuff. This was a downtrend. Let's use that guy. Are you seeing? Markets broke this guy. So some people might be okay. You have your change of character, which is very reasonable, but then you don't have your second break of such, and see what market just did here. And boom, smash this guy. Okay, before changing character here and now confirming that move to the upside. I don't know if you're getting it. So these are change of character for this guy, and it's happened here, and it happened there. Okay, and it happened there. So let's clean this guy off. So are you seeing what the market was doing there? And in the high time frame, this is just a retracement, and this is just the continuation. Okay, so we had our break of structure here. You can see this guy is a break of structure, but I would prefer saying that this high is my break of structure, and that was what validated the move to the upside. So I've been telling you guys that the chart is very different from all those stuff that we have been doing before, okay? But you just use that common sense and be figuring the whole stuff out, okay? So are you seeing that uptrend? So okay, maybe in our next class we talk about internal structures and all that. Maybe we combine it with the advanced market structure and the basic market structure, so that we just round everything up and move to another topic that is also interesting. Okay, so let's just mark it out and continue. So you have your uptrend over there. So starting from here, you have your another trend here, another structure there, break, boom. And what did you see? Your first break of structure. That first break of structure, what are we going to mark it out as? Our change of character. Our change of character. Then this first side, what are we going to mark it out as? Chalk. Change of character. Very simple. So the fact that we had our change of character, does it mean that the market is about to change trend? Probably not, but it's just an indication, okay? So now market did what? Created another high. This is the highest point before breaking this low. Now that it's broke this low, what are we now saying? We have confirmed that market is now bearish, is now moving to the downside, okay? That's changed trend to downtrend, okay? We have now confirmed that market has changed trend to downtrend, okay? So we call this one BOS. Remember from the last class, BOS. Very simple. So you call that one BOS, and you have now seen that market is now trending to the downside. So assuming you wanted to sell, are you seeing that you now have the opportunity to sell from here? You now have an opportunity to sell, and you see that market just held from there and sold off. Market just held from there and sold off. Very simple. You just make money. We are still going to get to the part of icing. You just make your money and go your way. Very simple. So with this just few steps, with these few steps that I'm showing you, it's just the key things. Like this is the base of trading. If you don't get these things, like it's going to be really tough for you to make things out here. So now you have your break of structure, and you have seen that market has changed to a downtrend. What are you seeing? A downtrend. You can classify these stuff as structure, okay, depending. So you have a structure there, and what do you see? Boom. That first break. Does that first break means that you have changed, like that this pullback that is just happening here now? This pullback that is just happening here, this pullback, let's use this arrow to note that this pullback that just happened there is over. Let's use it. Does it mean that pullback is over? No, this phase break does not mean. It just shows that we have changed character, that market has intent of, like, that potential, that tendencies, that this change of character. No one respecting himself. You have your change of character, okay? Are you seeing the candles very well? Now what do you have? Boom, another break of structure. So we have confirmed that this guy, that this, okay, you have confirmed that that trend is over. And what did you see? And what do you see? Very simple. Immediately it broke that guy. So if you just observe, whenever you see double break of structure, you just see that market starts trending to the opposite direction. Like double break of structure means total change. Okay, if you notice from here, okay, this guy, apart from this internal structure, when it broke this first guy, let's use this guy. Sorry, when it broke this first guy, which is the change of character, and broke another guy, what do you see? He started trending to the upside. Like he started giving you that breaks and started moving to the upside. Very, very simple. Like this is the base of the whole stuff. So are you seeing that how those pullbacks and those continuation starts, where it starts from and how it happens? So you now start seeing your uptrend here again. Uptrend. You now see your uptrend again. And boom, that first low was taken out. That means our rule has been violated. You have your what? You have your what? Change of character. And after that, what do you see? Another break. Boom. Another break. Like once it gives you two break of structure, like market has started trending to the opposite direction. What did you see here? What did you see here? Very like boom, market gave you a change of character, but does this first break determine, like tells you that the market is about to go to the opposite direction? No, you just have to be patient. And you can see that market just did as if it's going to the upside and continues selling, and boom, I seen. So I believe that by now this thing have entered your head. Like it has entered your head. What are you seeing? Market continues going to the downside, and boom, it changed. It gave you change of character, gave you another break, and what are you seeing? Market has started going to the opposite direction. I seen it. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. These ones are internal structure. So tomorrow we are going to be looking into internal structure and external structures. So these ones are internal structures, but it's still just okay. So market is not perfect. It gave you two break of structure, but did not start going to the downside. It just boom, continue that uptrend. Remember, the market is in an uptrend overall. Are you seeing? Market was in an uptrend overall, so it just continued that uptrend movement, and that's it. So are you seeing that anything that is happening in this time frame is also happening in the higher time frame? Look at that stuff I've been telling you guys about. Are you seeing that? Let's go to the weekly. Sorry, I think it's in a daily, right? Yes, in the daily. Just look here. Just look at this guy. I see this move gave you that break. Some person will be like, okay, this is our chalk, but did he give you another break of structure to the downside? No. Have you seen what happened there? It just gave you that illusion that maybe market is going to the downside, and that's why that trend changed. I seen it's changed that trend there, gave you that, but the market was not done with with that uptrend, which it has been doing for some time now, and just boom, it just continued that uptrend. Are you seeing? So you might take a loss here. Let's just go and examine. So are you seeing why I said the high time frame always controls the lower time frame? Because the fact that the high time frame is not done with that uptrend, that continuation that it wants to do, it will be affecting the lower time frame. So normally it would have been that normally you'll be expecting another break of structure, okay, and it gave you the sign. So now this move now that is going to the upside, you have gotten your first break. Let me even show you how to trade a little bit. You have gotten your first break, okay. Now what are you going to be doing if you go to the lower time frame to know if this guy is going to continue going to the downside? Okay, because it has given you that first intention, like that first sign that is going to change direction, that is about to change direction. So it has started going to the, like, it has started pulling back. Okay, so you are expecting uptrends. So what are you going to be waiting for is for that break, like that change of character and that second break of structure. Then you now start looking for sales to continue this movement to the downside, okay. And if you are entering any position, all your take profits are going to be at this low. Remember, for a high to be valid, a break of structure must occur, okay. So you need that break of structure to say, okay, this guy is now a new high, and here this guy is now a first high, and here is now our lower high, okay. So that's it. So let's go to that 4-hour time frame. Let me delete all this guy, I think, so you have a clean chart to work with. Sorry, I will just mark out these guys so you understand what is happening there. So we go to the 4-hour, and on the 4-hour, so let's say when market was still just towards this side, trending up, you might take your first buy here. When market change the intent, okay, let me use this guy. When market broke structure here, like gave you that change of character, another break, so you might buy from here. This is a buy opportunity. Boom, take your buy. TP up here, another buy opportunity. Boom, take your buy. TP here, another buy opportunity. Boom, take your buy. TP there. Are you seeing? Before now, market now broke structure here. Okay, change character. Okay, market change character, even gave you that second break of structure and started continuing to the downside. So you might take a sell from here. Boom. Okay, you be anticipating another sell, because market I've told you that it is done with that pullback and it's continuing to the downside. So this is just going to be a loss, and it's going to be a valid loss. Like, you just followed your rule, it's going to be a loss because market just continue going to the upside, which is obeying the higher time frame movement, and you can see how massive that move was. So that will be all for tonight. So tomorrow we'll look into the advanced market structure, and we are going to also be looking into internal structures and external structures. Like, it's going to be so fun. So I hope you guys learned a lot from tonight's streaming and tonight's section. So tomorrow I will see you guys tomorrow. So what I want you to do for me is just go to the chart, like open your own Bitcoin chart using Gate.io platform, okay, to open your chart, just any chart at all. It's not more that it's going to be BTC, any chart at all. This thing happens in every time frame, okay, any time frame at all, any chart at all. The rules is just there. The rules is just the rules. So you just apply it and you'll be seeing results. Like, it's going to be mind blowing. It's going to be blowing your mind. So I want it to be that if we continue the next section, like if I'm saying the stuff I will be saying when we start doing the main stuff that will be giving us at least money and all that, so that you will not be left behind. Or if I'm saying some things, you will be like, what's this guy saying and all that. So that'll be all for tonight. I believe you guys learned a lot, like I said before, and see you guys tomorrow. Okay,
So have a good night, everyone. Have a good night. Okay, bye bye.